Okay, this is just for a little scenery. Basically, going to tell my story about how I became a targeted individual by some form of government agency, and my story begins basically, um, you know, uh, back in 1997. I was living with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and I was working at a an advertising agency in New York City, and I remember I was there for about 5 months, and I was having issues with one of my coworkers. He was not my manager, just a coworker, but because he was there the longest, um, I think I think he felt like, maybe he had some right above over by everybody else to basically tell people what to do, and he was very condescending. And he was a German, by the way, so I don't know if that has anything to do with him being condescending, because he definitely thought that he was better than everybody else. So anyway, we had several issues, which I stood up to him, stood up for myself, and basically let him know that he will not talk down to me or talk to me in a condescending manner. And so I remember a little while after that, there was a break-in in the company, and apparently somebody broke in and stole a few laptops that belonged to the owner of the company, and had, I don't know, whatever kind of advertising secrets that were in there. So after that, I came to work a few days later, and heard about the incident. And after that, I believe that's when the targeting started. I mean, I don't know for whatever reason, but basically I would come to work, and I remember I would always wear, I've always worn a watch, so I wear the watch on my hand. And I remember it started out very subtle, where people would come and just talk to me, just make basically, just idle conversations, while I'm doing work, and they would stare at the watch on my left hand. And this went on, for days and weeks. And then finally, I noticed myself, every time those people would come around, that I would basically hide my watch. So I would, if my hand was on the desk at the cubicle, and someone come and stood by me, I would immediately remove my hand from off of the desk to my side, so that they couldn't see my watch. And then after that, I noticed that whenever I came to work, I would stop wearing my watch. So I would leave my house, my watch on my hand, and then as I was entering the building, I would take my watch off of my hand and place it in my pocket. And my work hours was from 4 to 12. And this sort of thing basically went on, and it went on. And finally, I couldn't, take it any longer. While at this place is called, I don't want to give specifics, but anyway, it's an advertising agency, and they were bringing in some new people, and one of the persons that they brought in was a gentleman by the name of Alex. Now, Alex and I used to work at a company together, a printing and graphics company, on I believe it was 44th Street in New York City. And for some reason, that company went belly up. It was a brand new digital printing facility, and it was badly mismanaged. And basically, they lost a lot of business, and the whole business went down. So Alex was one of the people that I guess they were interviewing for a position. So anyway, Alex placed a bug in my ear, because I was, talking to him and letting him know, the situation that was going on, and he was telling me about my previous manager at the place where Alex and I used to work, that he was working for a company across the street. Now this company is also a printing company, and many people believe that because him and the owner of this company were best friends, and many people believe that that he was purposely sent over to this competing company to ruin their business. But that's not my business. So, but that was just what was being said. So anyway, Alex told me about the gentleman, and he was the president of sales at this company, and so he was like, you should give him a call, and I'm sure he would hire you, such and such. So anyway, as far as my relationship at home, things began to feel kind of strange. I remember that I would go to bed at night, and I would get anywhere from 8 to 9 hours, between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. And but in the morning, I would wake up, and I wake up very tired, very exhausted, and I would have a medicine taste in my mouth. And this went on for a very long time until basically for a while. So I gave the gentleman a call, of which he set me up for an interview. I went to the interview and got the job at this company. Now things were going okay for the most part. I was there for probably about 2-3 months. Things were going pretty well, and then things started to become very strange. 'Cause like I said, so during that time, working at this new company and then being at home, I would just, like I said, go to bed at night, and I would wake up very exhausted, and I didn't understand for the life of me why I was waking up exhausted every single day. And that was very strange to me, especially being that I've gotten rest. I used to go to the gym, and sometimes, like on the weekends, I go to the gym Saturday morning, and I would come home. I remember that there would be unopened. If I open up a bottle of water, I place it in the fridge, and I go to the gym, and then I come home, go into the refrigerator, open up the bottle of water, drink it, and then immediately I would fall asleep. And then once again, I would wake up with a medicine taste in my mouth. So, this was, like I said, back in 97, 98. So at this point in time, I realized now that, that basically that I was being drugged. And the woman that I was living with was actually helping these culprits to drug me and do whatever they were doing to me. I remember one night, I remember myself getting out of bed and then immediately going back into bed. I do not recall what I did in between then. It's only until now, upon reading and researching mind control and hypnosis, that has led me to believe that all these nights, I was being programmed, put in some kind of mind control while I was unconscious. And in turn, that whatever instructions that were given to me at night, when I went to work the next day, certain things would seem staged to me, synchronized. Also, I remember at work, I was basically in a corner with an AC unit, and it was winter time, and sometimes it would be cold, and then right after it would be hot. So I would begin to sweat and freeze, and basically my heart rate would go up and down, and all these things are symptoms of when you're placing somebody onto some kind of programming or some kind of mind control. These are things that they do to soften your mind